Hello there, welcome to Profneel. It's a pleasure to have you here again, as usual on Friday afternoons in the premiere. Kerala celebrated, Kerala and Kerala celebrated Onam on 7th of this month, Wednesday. And what better an occasion than to talk about Adishankaracharya, Hinduism's greatest seer. But I must confess that I am very ashamed to admit that I knew so little about Adi Shankaracharya, who's from Kerala like me, because when I think of the greats who passed very young, maybe doing living about seven lives in that one lifespan, the first person that comes to mind is Alexander the Great, who died at 32. But Alexander was a king, a conqueror. He fought battles. He was a killer. But Adi Shankaracharya, till the time I read Pawan Chopra's Adi Shankaracharya, the Hinduism's greatest seer, I remained in that shell of mine, not knowing anything about Adi Shankaracharya. So there's a little sketch about Adi Shankaracharya, and then the other sources that I followed up with, including my household, to know more and more about this great man. More so in this world when today, in the society, when the rigidity and the bitterness of Hindutva forces and jingoism is beginning to tar the core, the actual essence of Hinduism, which is all about debate, dissent, and dialogue. Shankaracharya's message is life is all about debate, dissent, and dialogue. And time will revive Hinduism to bring back it to its original position. Shankaracharya, like Alexander, passed away at 32, in the sense he attained samadhi, but his legacy that he left behind, unparalleled. In the 7th century, at the age of 8, he started off from the small town of Kalady in Kerala to to walk to Omkareshwar on the banks of the river Narmada to debate with one of the greatest pandits of those times, Madan Mishra. He was a provocateur and the founder of the Advaita Philosophy of Hinduism, wrote commentaries on the Vishnu and Lalitha Sahasranama, and then composed the most beautiful and the most powerful hymn to the Divine Mother, the Soundarya Lahiri, Waves of Beauty, in which he describes her beauty. He goes about all over India, establishes the four mutts, the civilizational map of India, so as to say, and in Joshimath in the north, next to Badrinath, Dwarka in the west, Puri in the east, and Sringeri in the south. Now imagine, 5,000 years ago in the forest, there's an academy that is being run. And there's this master with his disciples, and they're seated there and they're talking about God, and maybe not God, but to find the absolute truth, to find out of the cosmos and what lies behind. And the gist that arises out of that, Hinduism, that you can be an atheist and still be a practicing Hindu. His thoughts on cosmology, Brahmanda, as the cosmos is known as, that the Brahman is infinite, the Brahm is infinite, is endorsed by, was later, many years endorsed by Bohr and Einstein, scientists of that like, and which is being researched by modern day scientists. His thoughts on cosmology and metaphysics. Now, when you come down to the scientist, the scientist and his philosophy on Hinduism, Galileo, 2,000 years ago, pronounced that the Earth was not the center of the universe, but the Sun was the center of the universe, considered blasphemy. Shankaracharya, on the other hand, 5,000 years ago, placed the Sun in the center of the universe. So that's Shankaracharya for you. And the Advaita philosophy, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the Brahman. That means I am the individual and the absolute resides in me also. That we are one. Unlike the Advaita theory, which says there are two entities, the absolute is outside the individual. But here, the individual and the absolute are but one. He traversed the length and the breadth of the country, not once, not twice, but thrice. After debating with Pandit Madan Mishra on the banks of Omkareshwar, and for about 7 days and 7 nights, and he had this, he was a spot to appoint Madan Mishra's wife as the umpire, as a judge. Madan Mishra accepted defeat. His wife took up the debate, saying that I am the better half. I have to debate with you to save her husband's honor. She also accepted defeat, and they both accepted Shankaracharya as their guru. That's Shankaracharya for you. And of course, the incident at Kashi, in which his humility is so beautifully described. A typical Nambudri Brahman that he was, the path was being cleared for him to go to for have a bath at Kashi, so that he doesn't get polluted as per the system then. They sent the Chandal in the way. The Chandal being the lowest denominator in the Hindu stratified system of the caste. And Chandal asks Shankaracharya, has a gall to ask him. He says, you say, I am Brahm, you are Brahm, the whole cosmos is Brahm, then why are you differentiating with me? Why are you discriminating against me? Shankaracharya accepted him as his guru, bowed to him, and wrote a shloka, the Manisha Panchakam, in which a 5 sentence shloka, in which each sentence ends with, you may be a Chandal or you may be a twice born, but you are my guru, and that is my resolve. I mean, ironically, the temples in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, from where he hails, the big temples, do Vedic rituals and did not allow the so-called lower caste of the then sister caste system into the temples, quoting Shankaracharya's name. Embrace the twists of dissent, to enjoy the turns of dialogue, and to live life embracing Hinduism. Thank you so much.